Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Sudden Strike 4. The Pacific War DLC continues as we're playing through the U.S. campaign, taking a look now at a very special mission, mission number 4, Battle of Leyte Gulf, where we actually get to command some U.S. ships, destroyers, cruisers, and an aircraft carrier in this case, as we're going to try to stop an escaping Japanese carrier that's trying to get to friendly waters in order to get repaired. So, again, if you want to see more of this, make sure you click or tap that like button. Get aggressive. All of you watching now, show your support for wonderful games such as this, and of course, get excited for this naval-only mode. I did not know that that actually was a part of this DLC. I saw photos and such, but thought it was a part of perhaps cutscenes or perhaps a intro or possibly air support or something while you're invading islands for the island hopping campaign, but no, we actually get to command these ships. The Japanese also get the same, so I'll take a look at the Japanese campaign mission as well, where we can command, again, destroyers, cruisers, and also aircraft carriers too in the Japanese case. But I've played through pretty much all the campaign now, and we're going to take a look now at mission 4, Battle of Leyte Gulf, taking place, I believe, in October of 1944. At the start of this campaign, I didn't know this was here because I assumed that, for example, the Battle of the Coral Reef or something would be the big naval mission if they had it, and I didn't see it, so I thought that perhaps it wasn't there. But no, Battle of Leyte Gulf is what it is. So let's go ahead and start on easy. Normal is very, very difficult. There's a very big jump between easy and normal in this game. Easy should just say possible, and normal should just say impossible. It's very difficult, so if anybody is beating these missions on normal, hats off to you. They're very difficult, even for me as a seasoned strategy game player. Alright, so now with the different doctrines that we can choose from, naval mines and also extra payloads do come into account here. What's interesting is Chester Nimitz here for the Navy doctrine allows for attack bombers and torpedo bombers to carry a heavier payload, increasing their damage by 25%. But MacArthur gets sea mines, which will allow us to block the Japanese advance with their carriers and such. So I think that's going to be a good tactic for us. Unfortunately, it just seems like those are the only ones who have the ability to have any sort of effect on the naval warfare. So let's go with Douglas MacArthur in this case, even though Nimitz was really the one in charge of most of the naval forces there. So let's go ahead and get started by, I guess, choosing the naval mines, and we'll see what our objectives are. Destroy the damaged Japanese aircraft carrier. Yes, so in this case, the Japanese are sending their forces through with a carrier, a couple of destroyers and cruisers for support, and I believe we get 2 cruisers and 3 or 4 destroyers in order to try to stop them. So without further ado, let's start this mission and see what we can do. Now, the aircraft carriers are very difficult to land a hit with as well. It plays very interestingly in this game, where you must click on the carrier, click where you want torpedoes to be dropped, and then they fly to that location. They can't necessarily target vehicles, but regardless, Battle of Leyte Gulf, October 1944. Alright, here we go.
Captain? The aircraft carrier's Rikaku is damaged, and it's limping towards the Japanese Isles. Engines ready. Aye, aye. Our task is to intercept and destroy it, effectively dismantling the Japanese Navy and ensuring our superiority in the Pacific.
Alright. We start with an Enterprise CV-6, and we have radar showing enemy ships.
Stations. Prepare for engagement.
Japanese have 4 or 5 destroyers and 2 cruisers, as well as the aircraft carrier itself, which is very damaged, and we'll need to torpedo that or drop some sea mines or something to hit it. I'm going to cut in front of the Japanese. They can only move as slow as the carrier now, so they're really at a disadvantage. So I'm going to cut in front of the Japanese and drop some sea mines to block that carrier from getting out directly. Looks like they're sending over 2 destroyers and the cruiser in order to try to attack our carrier. So let's go ahead and get ready to do some dancing here. I think we'll keep this destroyer near them.
Roger.
I think what we'll do is we'll cut around this way, and we're going to cut them off too. So in these tutorials, they explain how you can lay sea mines and even fire torpedo salvos. So destroyers are really good at, well, doing what destroyers do best, firing off torpedoes and outmaneuvering the enemy. And as for cruisers, they have the ability to use a advanced focus target shot, and then also the ability to fire flak, so that way they can take down enemy aircraft. Speaking of which, the Japanese have some fighters or torpedo bombers or bombers or something up that we'll have to be on the lookout for. So we'll try to cut them off very soon. Let's go ahead and get ready to drop those sea mines now in front of the Japanese cruiser there.
Full speed ahead.
Come on now, baby, let's go. Gotta be fast. Cruiser's almost within range. He'll be able to fire soon.
Bandit sighted.
Alright, let's go ahead and try to hit the Japanese with our own torpedo bombers. We have to be very close in order to drop these.
Squad captain?
So let's try that.
Aye, aye.
We're going to go this way. Looks like the Japanese are changing their course.
Engine room ready.
Now we can repeatedly call out aircraft in order to fire torpedoes, so it'll get through their anti-aircraft net.
Squadron engines ready.
Looks like that was a successful sea mine drop. We also can fire our torpedoes, but we need to wait until they're very close. Let's fire now. Torpedo bombers almost reaching their targets. Torpedoes away. Going to hit the side of that vessel.
I've lost a wingman.
Excellent. Big damage to the enemy cruiser there.
Engines ready. Fire the batteries. Engine room ready.
Let's see if we can drop another thing of
Birds in the engines
torpedoes here.
Bogey ahead. Roger.
And we have to get those sea mines going here too.
Aye, Captain.
I was a little late on those.
We lost a plane.
Let's fire into the crowd there.
Aye, aye. Aye, Captain.
All right, one of the enemy's cruisers is completely in flames.
Aye, Captain. Birds in the aye, Captain.
See if we can fly around here. They're going to launch the rest of those out the carrier.
Action engines ready. Torpedoes incoming. Roger.
All right, let's keep moving.
Engine room ready. Aye, aye. Roger. Engines ready.
Didn't even know that was our own destroyer there.
Away.
Almost destroyed.
Roger.
Aircraft just get shot down immediately. Even if that cruiser was 100 miles out,
Aye, aye.
it would end up getting destroyed right away.
Roger. Fire the bat, Captain. Bogey ahead. Engines ready.
Japanese fighters are up.
Captain. Aye, aye.
All right, two of our destroyers broke through. The Japanese having to cut right to get around our destroyers
Captain.
and our naval mines there.
Engines ready.
I think that was a friendly destroyer down.
Full speed ahead.
Okay, the Japanese are pushing our carrier out of the South Pacific all the way back to America.
Aye, Captain.
Let's try to hit them with a dive bomb. This allows us to actually hit it on target, but as you can see, they can barely get close before they get hit.
Torpedoes incoming. Fire the battery.
Do some focus shots on these ships.
Flanking speed.
Let's get ready to drop torpedoes now. Now, just like in War Thunder, we need to be cautious about not firing onto friendlies.
Captain. Aye, aye.
Let's get our first ship ready to fire.
Firing torpedoes.
And then stop.
Captain, set cruising speed.
Japanese cruiser there missing us as we come to a stop. And the carrier taking some damage from our torpedoes.
Aye, aye. Full speed ahead. Engines ready. Aye, aye. Aye, Captain.
Let's try to hit him again.
Firing torpedoes. Engine room ready. Bandit sighted.
All right, the American carrier almost ready to take down the destroyer here.
Squadron away.
And the cruiser.
Aye, aye. Aye, Captain. Fire
Huge damage to the cruiser. Let's focus on the destroyer now.
Captain. Aye, aye. Engine room ready.
Japanese getting another one of our destroyers.
Set cruising speed. Aye, aye.
A lot to focus on at the same time. We have an attack and a defense going on, defending our own carrier and trying to hit the Japanese at the same time.
Set cruising speed.
I think our sea mines did some damage. They are we're missing a few of them, so they must have hit them.
Torpedoes away. Roger.
All right, some more damage to the Japanese carrier.
Roger. Bogey ahead.
All right,
Engines ready.
we're going to have to catch them now with our torpedo bombers and our own carrier. The destroyers have done what they can.
Birds in the air.
We're going to keep on hitting these guys now as frequently as we can. 2 Japanese destroyers remain.
Aye, Captain.
All right, let's keep sending out fighters and bombers.
Birds in the air.
2 tactical bombers. Japanese also have some aircraft up. Hopefully they don't escape. Cruisers are in pursuit. So even if we click on that ship, it won't track it. We have to guess.
Birds in the air.
At least that's what I've experienced so far.
I've lost the wingman. All hands, battle station. Engine room ready. Bogey ahead. Captain, we lost a plane. Fire the batteries.
Oh, there we go.
Returning home.
American dive bombers hitting the deck. Paradrop planes, or rather torpedo planes on the way next.
Ready. Captain.
And now we have some cover for
Torpedoes.
enemy fighters. Enemy destroyer firing at our cruiser.
Bandit sighted.
Torpedo bombers coming in.
Plane.
There goes the torpedoes.
All hands, battle stations.
I'll be damned. We hit them with a couple torpedoes.
Captain.
Nice job. All right, let's try it again.
Engine room ready. Birds in the air. Aye, Captain. Fire the battery. Engine room ready. Fire the batteries.
Not too bad. This is a very unique. It's almost like playing World of Warships, but from you know, a bird's eye view.
Bogey ahead.
I like it.
Aye, Captain. Engine room ready.
Japanese carrier is fleeing. Lots of torpedoes going out here. I played this a few times as well, and there were many different outcomes. The enemy will react differently. They're actually putting up much more of a fight than I thought they would, so this is delightful to see the actual carrier on fire. Carrier deck looks like it's ablaze too. And here comes another round of tactical bombers with the Japanese cruiser, trying to lend a lot of support here. Go ahead and target the carrier here. Let's keep sending out dive bombers. Eventually you can break through their AA net, but if there's a cruiser there, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Also, you can take friendly fire from torpedoes as well, if I hadn't mentioned it. The Japanese can do some damage to their own ships if they're not careful.
Engine room ready. Set cruising speed.
So if I turn my ship back this way, that enemy ship there, nope, looks like the torpedo is self-destructed.
Aye, Captain.
Japanese here almost finished off. Instead of targeting the carrier now, which is pretty much dealt with, let's deal with the other vessels on the field.
Engines ready. Squadron away.
So it seems like dive bombers might be best for destroyers, and large torpedoes are best for larger ships.
Speed, Captain. Set cruising speed. I've lost the wingman. Fire the battery. All hands. Battle.
An amazing victory.
There we go.
The Japanese Navy has been dismantled, and the Pacific is ours.
Engine room ready.
Wow, carrier going up. Oh, there's no way to actually see that play out like that. Oh. Death from above, destroy an enemy unit using an airplane. Not too bad. Alright, so as you can see there, a very good playthrough. Lots of fun.
What a few days it's been in the waters round Leyte. Major engagements on all points of the compass, and most of them have gone our way. The Japs have thrown everything they have at us. Waves of aircraft coming from Luzon, several large surface fleets, and a carrier group from the north. We've swatted them away like flies. 3 Japanese battleships have been sunk, including the Musashi, one of the biggest warships ever built. Her sister ship, Yamato, was lucky to escape with just minor damage. As for us on the USS Enterprise, we got to put the icing on the cake, sinking the Zuikaku, the last of the carriers which attacked Pearl Harbor all those years ago. She'd been damaged earlier in the year in the Philippine Sea, and this was our chance to finish the job off. Our scouts located Zuikaku and her escorts to the east of Luzon, and our task force rushed to meet them. We joined battle and devastated the opposing force. We repelled their air attacks with ease, while our strikes lay waste to their force. Zuikaku received innumerable hits, and soon was sinking. Nimitz would have been proud of his Navy men today. Our ship and air crews demonstrated time and again their advanced training and equipment. Above all, it was their efforts which brought us victory. The Japanese certainly took a beating, but this war is far from over. Yamato's still out there, for one thing, and the Japanese ground forces are dug in for a long fight. The Japs are definitely getting desperate, though. We've been receiving reports of their pilots packing their planes with explosives and then crashing them into our ships. It's the bravest and stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Yes, kamikazes. Alright, I don't think actually mentioning the Yamato, I don't think that was even lost until 45, after or around the Battle of Okinawa, I believe. But, or maybe it was, I don't know, Iwo Jima or Okinawa. If you know, let me know down below. I know it was one of those two island invasions. So, anyway, if you want to see more of this game, make sure you click or tap that like button and let me know you want to see more. The developers have done a good job there making that. I think that's available in multiplayer as well. So that was pretty eventful and went just as good as my other times did as well. So if you want to see more, you know what to do. Thanks as always for your support. I hope you have a great day, and thank you everyone for watching. Greatly appreciate your time. And the DLC, quite nice. So if you're going to pick it up for yourself, it's available on Steam, remember, for PC. And I will see you guys for the Battle of Iwo Jima, the defense of Okinawa, and also another Japanese battle with multiple aircraft carriers in the next one. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.